How much more could you accomplish if you possessed a mechanism, a little switch mounted on the side of your head like a light switch on the wall, that you could flick on and off just as flicking the light switch instantly turns dark into light? This switch could instantly turn insecurity or anxiety into self-confidence, doubt or hesitation into enthusiasm. You do have such a switch, although you can't look in the mirror and actually see it on the outside of your head, because it's on the inside of your head, inside your self-image. The great artist Salvador Dali gifted me with an original painting depicting a man walking out of the darkness of fear and uncertainty into the bright light of zero resistance living, flicking the switch from darkness to light. Imagine a great, talented, and famous artist creating a painting as a gift for you in celebration of your philosophy of life. The fact that he did that gave me greater confidence in myself. Confidence is a very powerful asset because of the way everyone else automatically responds to a confident person. If you want to achieve goals easily with zero resistance, you will master the ability to switch on genuine confidence at any time in any situation. Look around at the most successful people you know, and you'll see that they exude confidence, not necessarily braggadocio or swagger. That is often a sign of ego run amok. But in a more calm, quiet, unpretentious confidence that inspires and influences others even without a word being spoken. Isn't that the kind of confidence you want on call, yours at any time in any situation? Unfortunately, most people, even reasonably successful people, harbor feelings of inferiority and insecurity. Most people also strive to achieve a sense of superiority over others. But my entire approach is based on the fact that the most mature, confident, and happy individuals break free of this continuum, this yin-yang, this yo-yoing between inferiority and superiority. A physically strong man, a bodybuilder or athlete, may feel superior to others who lack his physical conditioning and discipline, and may think of others as wimps or couch potatoes. In an environment where his physique is significant, say at the beach, this sense of superiority will be very strong. But it should not be confused with legitimate self-confidence, because this same man, put into a tuxedo, plunked down at an elegant cocktail reception at the country club, where most of the others are highly paid executives, doctors, stockbrokers, and entrepreneurs who earn a great deal more money than he does, and who converse easily about the business and financial matters of which he is ignorant, will now feel inferior and intimidated. This same man has swung from superiority to inferiority. He may even wonder if his wife would rather be married to a man with a better education and a better income as they drive home that night. He may then avoid such a situation for the rest of his life. You see, this is not really a confident person at all. This is a frail person who swings from superiority to inferiority and back and forth again and again. In some situations, he will experience zero resistance, but in other situations, he will experience tremendous resistance. He is not a lion. He is a mouse, sometimes masquerading as a lion. The master practitioner is confident all the time, in every situation. His confidence is not dependent on or restricted to certain circumstances where he can feel superior to others around him, but then dissipated in other circumstances. Master-level confidence transcends situations. It is constant and stable. This kind of confidence can only come from a healthy self-image. It cannot come from an expensive suit of clothes or impressive car or big paycheck. It cannot be destroyed by temporary setbacks either. It is constant and stable. It is the kind of confidence that can be engineered. It is not genetic or accidental or the result of luck or circumstances. It is crafted by a person who chooses to do so. So, are you a lion or a mouse? The lion is a powerful image, a high-voltage image. The king of the jungle, the king of the beasts. He steps aside for no other. No one dares challenge him. And when he speaks, although he is often silent, he roars. The mouse is also a powerful image. Shy people or plain-looking people are often described as mousy. The mouse is timid, constantly in fear, running for cover at the slightest provocation. Which image represents you most of the time? What image do you want to represent you? Well, here's some information that may be surprising to you. Everybody is both a lion and a mouse. Even the most successful person in a given field feels like a mouse sometimes. It is important to separate instances of fear, doubt, anxiety from seeing yourself as fearful, doubtful, anxious person. Feelings of inferiority is one of the most destructive traits of humanity. We all have these feelings, even the most successful people in the world. People who are successful realize that feelings of inferiority should act as a stimulus to rise above it. That's what success is all about, the capacity to rise above failure, stress, doubt, inferiority. Never assume a successful person you admire does not suffer self-doubt. He most certainly does, more often than you would ever imagine. But each time he chooses to rise above it. He is stimulated by it, not governed by it or handicapped by it. Everyone has an environment in which they are the lion. Some set of circumstances where they feel completely at ease, comfortable, knowledgeable, and competent. The superstar salesman may be a lion when he's in his client's conference room making a presentation. He knows his product backwards and forwards. He knows his competitors' strengths and weaknesses. He understands how his type of client reacts and can read them, assimilating their body language, gestures, voice inflections, spotting their buying signals, sensing their unresolved resistance. He is familiar with the most frequently raised questions and objections and the hidden meaning behind them so that nothing throws him for a loop. He is well prepared and he knows it. Inside his mind, he has called up images of past successes in very similar circumstances, so the current experience is virtually deja vu. He expects a successful outcome. Here, he is the lion. He may never roar once verbally, but he roars silently with confidence. But everyone also has an environment in which they are the mouse. Some set of circumstances where you feel ill at ease, uncomfortable, ignorant, and incompetent. This same superstar salesman may be a mouse when he is sitting in his son's bedroom talking to him about sex, or sitting in his doctor's office being intimidated with unfamiliar jargon. Here he may be a mouse. He may never squeak pitifully aloud, but inside he is squeaking and squeaking. How can you conquer feelings of inferiority and live like a lion most of the time? This is the question that can lead you to self-confidence. To conquer inferiority feelings, you must stop making unfair comparisons between yourself and others. You may be inferior to others in one way, but you must realize that you are superior to others in another way. Many people reinforce the mouse inside through comparison with others. Why can't I be a better parent like Johnny's dad? He seems to have it all together. He and his son communicate, genuinely like each other, do things together. My son seems distant, actually to avoid me. Why can't I be like Johnny's dad? But next door, Johnny's dad is saying to himself, why can't I do better in my career like Paul next door? I'm always $1 short and a day late, but Paul seems to have lots of money for the good things like that new car he just bought. I know he got promoted last month. I've gone 3 years without a promotion. I'd get into sales too if I was only more confident and outspoken like Paul. Each neighbor is reinforcing the mouse by comparing himself to the other person's lion. But the most mature viewpoint is that you are neither inferior or superior. To say that you are inferior or superior is to be caught up in comparing yourself to others all the time. You are you. You are capable of blunder, but capable of rising above it. It comes back to the basic feeling of your own worth as a human being, no matter what your difficulties may be, no matter how many mistakes or errors you have made. It comes back to the basic feeling that you have integrity, that you must rise above a blunder or mistake. I never said it was easy to get rid of inferiority feelings. It is easier to be suffocated and drowned by them. But nevertheless, it is simple to get rid of inferiority by remembering that you have a worth as a human being, that you accept yourself with kind eyes, and go on rising above your mistakes. Let me remind you of the E range, the effectiveness range. Each person has an E range defined and controlled by the self-image for every set of circumstances. How effective you can be and at what point you become ineffective in any activity, selling, parenting, writing, speaking, whatever, is determined by the self-image. Anybody can deliberately expand their E range by strengthening the self-image. With that in mind, consider the lion salesman versus the mouse parent scenario that we've been using as an example. How could the man who is a lion in selling but a mouse in parenting best alter his self-image as a parent? Well, let's review what's made him a lion salesman. Why is he calm and confident there? He has a lot of knowledge. He's prepared. He has past successes he can call up and focus on. He needs these same things to go from mouse to lion in parenting. First, he needs knowledge. And there are, fortunately, any number of good books, cassette programs, courses, and seminars about effective parenting for him to extract knowledge from. An afternoon at the public library devoted to gaining such knowledge could work wonders. He might seek out someone he perceives as a lion parent, buy them lunch, and borrow their brain. Ask, what makes you such an effective parent? How did you handle this or that? He might also work at engaging his son in dialogue at the dinner table, over breakfast, casually asking questions, and instead of jumping to critical judgment, analyzing. What makes this person tick? So he gets knowledge. In doing so, he will discover he already knows more than he thought he knew. He will learn new information. Second, preparation. If he's going to start working towards a better relationship with his son in general, or go talk to him about something specific, he should prepare that just as he prepares for a successful sales presentation. He might go into his quiet place, rehearse, and construct a mental movie. He might assemble some powerful facts or information. Maybe a compelling, relevant story about someone his son admires. If as a salesman he reads the trades magazines that his clients read, as a parent, shouldn't he read the magazines his son reads? He can be better prepared. Next, past successes. First of all, he certainly has done some things well as a parent, and he should assemble all of these past successes and feed them to his self-image. He can also transfer some of his successes in selling, how he got through the resistance of a particularly tough prospect. Next, stop dwelling on past mistakes and disappointments. The past only dictates the future when and if we permit it to do so. Each day is a new day, full of possibilities and potential. Norman Cousins, the former editor of Saturday Review, famous for his use of the powers of the mind in battling cancer, described in his book Anatomy of an Illness, wrote this: "Believe in the regenerative power of human beings. No relationship, how damaged, is beyond regeneration. No feelings, however wounded, are beyond regeneration. No situation, however deteriorated, is beyond regeneration. You have the opportunity for regeneration in each and every morning you awake. If they haven't drawn a chalk line around your body in the night, abundant opportunity is yours for the taking. Learn what you can from a mistake. Correct it if you can. Take steps to prevent duplicating it, but also forgive and forget. Achievement is made up of mistakes, corrections, mistakes, corrections. The happiest individual accepts this, embraces this, and measures himself only against himself, his achievements against his own standards, never against someone else. It is fine to admire and emulate others' positive characteristics and accomplishments, but never to view them as superior to your own. Mastering self-confidence requires determination. You do not just become a lion by wishing you were one. You certainly do not become a lion by looking in a mirror, seeing a mouse, and lamenting that you're a mouse instead of a lion. You become a lion by very deliberately setting out to cultivate, emulate, act out, and practice the thinking and behavior of a lion, by cultivating a lion's self-image. My goal in writing this program, your goal in studying this program, must be a determination to find in you, in me, the self-respect we must feel to lead the lives of fulfillment and happiness, to earn the self-confidence we need. You must want to make the most of your life. You must have strong feelings about your goals and not be ashamed of it. And why should you be? This is your life that is at stake. You should be willing to reach out towards anything that will make you feel a greater sense of personal worth.